Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something that's all around you, every single day. We're breaking down the invisible force that basically decides the price of everything you buy.
So let's just kick things off with a question I'm pretty sure you've asked yourself. You see a price for something you want. Could be a concert ticket, a new phone, whatever. And it just seems to be all over the place. Why on earth does that happen?
Well, it pretty much boils down to one single, super powerful word: demand. This one idea, it's the engine that explains so much about the prices we pay and the choices we all make. Okay, so let's dive right in. Now, in economics, words have really specific meanings. So before we go any further, we need a rock-solid definition for what demand actually is. And here's the thing, this is so important. It's not just about wanting something. I mean, I might want a private jet, right? But I am definitely not able to buy one. So for it to count as economic demand, you need both. You have to be willing to buy it, and you have to be able to buy it.
All right, so now that we know what demand is, let's get into the golden rule that runs the whole show. This is one of the most fundamental ideas in all of economics, and trust me, you see it in action constantly.
This right here is the law of demand. Now that phrase, negative relationship, might sound a little technical, but all it really means is that price and the amount people want to buy move in opposite directions. It's super intuitive when you think about it. Think of it like a seesaw. It's a perfect analogy. When the price goes up, boom, the number of people who want to buy it goes down. And when the price drops, whoosh, the number of buyers goes right up. It's that simple.
You know, economists love to visualize things. So to make this relationship even clearer, they use this simple but really powerful tool. Let's take a look at what's called the demand curve and see how this all turns into a picture.
So that downward slope you see, that's not just a random line. It's literally a picture of the law of demand. As the price on the side goes down, the quantity people want to buy along the bottom goes up. And that's what creates that classic downward sloping curve.
But hang on a second. It's not just about the price tag. I mean, price is a huge deal, but it is not the whole story, not even close. There are other powerful forces that can completely change the game.
These are what economists call shifters. You know, things like our income, what's trendy, how many people are in the market, even what we think will happen in the future. These can totally change the demand for something, even if the price doesn't budge 1 cent. Let's look at a couple of the big ones. Okay, so our income has a really interesting effect on what we buy. For what we call normal goods, think a nice steak dinner, when we make more money, we demand more of it. But for inferior goods, like, say, instant noodles, the opposite happens. As our income goes up, we tend to buy less of that stuff. And things get even more fascinating when you see how the price of one thing can mess with the demand for something else entirely. This brings us to two really key ideas: substitutes and complements. So, substitutes are basically rival products. Imagine you're at the grocery store and the price of beef has just gone through the roof. What do? Well, a lot of us are going to grab chicken instead. The demand for chicken just went up, not because chicken got cheaper, but because its substitute got more expensive. And then you've got complements. These are partners, things you use together. I mean, think about it. If the price of gasoline suddenly doubled and just stayed there, people would probably think twice before buying a huge gas guzzler, right? A price change for one directly hits the demand for its partner. Okay, this next part is maybe the most important distinction we're going to make today. It trips a lot of people up, but we're going to make it crystal clear. These two phrases sound almost the same, but in economics, they mean totally different things. So a change in quantity demanded, this is just moving from one point to another point on the same demand curve. It only happens because the price of that specific thing changed. Remember our concert ticket? If the price drops from $100 to $50, that's a change in the quantity demanded. But a change in demand, that's a whole different ballgame. This is when the entire curve moves. Let's say that artist wins a huge award and suddenly blows up. Now, everybody wants a ticket no matter the price. That's a change in demand itself, caused by a shifter, like a change in our tastes. So here they are side by side. Let's just lock this in. A change in quantity demanded is a simple reaction to price, a movement along the curve. A change in demand is a fundamental shift in the whole market for that thing, caused by something other than its price. So now you've got the playbook. Think about it.
The next time you see a new phone become the absolute must-have item, or the price of something you buy all the time suddenly changes, you'll know what's going on behind the scenes. You can actually see the forces of demand at work all around you.